Hey everybody, it's me, Gen Z, sitting around the koi pond, thinking of some new ideas for you guys to mull over. So I had this idea today, and it's called ESP. And I'm not talking about talking telepathically through your mind, but I'm talking about the Expanding Sustainability Project. This is something that I coined all myself. If it exists already, I'm sorry if I snagged the name out of the cosmos, but that's what I decided to call this thought in my head. It's in the very early stages. And anyway, the grounds for this, you should probably know, are festivals like Boom and other festivals like Burning Man. Things that give people a chance to break out of the ordinary and break off into something a lot freakier and something that you might not be so sure about. But basically, it's a big mental experiment when you go out to these festivals. Now, these are all great festivals hosting lots of music, excellent light shows, sometimes fire shows, depending upon what festival you go to. But the problem is, they're all very non-sustainable. While it may offer a brief refrain from your hectic daily life of going to the cubicle and so on and so forth, repeat the process, rinse, and, you've got your life. Although it may be a brief pause, it doesn't really forward the cause. So remember that. It may be a brief pause, but it doesn't forward the cause. And the reason being, what the cause is, to completely reject the culture that has toxified our people. Now, I am in America, but this has to go for everybody worldwide. And these festivals, these projects, these expanding sustainability projects, they can happen anywhere with anyone at any time, and so on. So let me go on with how it happens, or what the main idea behind it is. Basically, we can reconstruct or construct a completely new type of festival to go to. I know, for example, the Boom Festival, they have classes on sustainability, learning how to grow your own foods, and really important skills that you're not going to learn in a classroom. So what Boom's doing there is kind of a prototype of what this idea is blossoming into. And so we'll have this festival, but the idea will be that it will start out with a sustainable base. So at the very core, it will be self-powered, it will be able to provide food for the people, and it will grow from there. So it doesn't have to start out as a massive festival, but it can just start with maybe about 10 people, or somebody who already is on the board for Burning Man, if there is such a thing, or Boom, or any other festivals like that. I very much encourage you to adopt these ideas, because my thought is this: when more and more people decide to alter their consciousness and see a different way of thinking out in the desert, out on the playa, wherever the festival may be held, people will be seeing complete sustainability, and they'll be seeing that there's a community waiting for them once they leave their normal life. Because that's the biggest thing about sustainability that gets people tripped up. They think that they have to lower their quality of life. But really, I think we need a re-questioning of what quality of life is, and realize that sustainability is truly where it lies. Not being fed all the horse crap that the media and your governments around the world try to get you to believe in. The culture, that poison, it's been entrapping many people. And I feel with the Expanding Sustainability Project, when people see that there's a base, that somewhere out there people are doing this, they're getting off the grid now as we speak, people will be more earnest to take the skills that they've gathered in this current society and donate it towards the cause, donate it towards living off the grid, living life the way you want to, and not being a wage whore. Now, I think those are some principles that a lot of people can agree with, or at least question and mull over in your mind to think about. But basically, take someone who's an engineer and who's trapped in the system trying to pay off endless debt and never seeing a vacation in sight because he's got to keep working, especially in these times. The economy is so awful. So consider he decides, enough is enough, I'm going to join the ESP project, connect with the collective conscious, and mentally and physically join up with one of these projects. Now, there may be a project that is 25 miles from this engineer, or maybe 10 miles from his home, and maybe very reachable to him. So what he'll do is he'll take his remaining resources that, of course, he owns, the things not in debt, so he would take his skills with him, his knowledge of engineering, he would take his tools with him, because I'm going to assume that he does not have them on loan or something like that. And he's going to come join the project, and he can be a builder for the ESP. And he can build new structures and new methods of gaining energy from nature, such as solar and wind, which I do plan to do separate videos on in the future on Dimension DGZ. One note I'll make here is that I find it extremely hard to believe that we're only at this point in solar technology, especially when you consider the massive military budget that, say, DARPA in America here spends every year. We're talking millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, people, just to find more advanced ways to kill one another. So I do not believe, I refuse to believe that our solar technology is where it is today. Maybe it's being stranglehold right now by the corporations and military structure, but I don't believe that that's the best we can do. And when we combine minds of scientists who decide to leave the grid, engineers, chefs, gardeners, farmers, people who are realizing that this system is just not working for them, when they join the ESP, they'll be able to expand it further, and it will be a burgeoning system that everybody understands. It will really be a system by the people and for the people, so our founding fathers of America put it. But basically, I just wanted to go over this rudimentary idea in my head and try and get it expanded and expounded upon out on the internet, because I know how the internet works, and it has a funny way of hooking up synchronicities. So do me a favor, people, like, subscribe, and favorite to this video. And please spread it to people you know, open-minded people who have ideas to contribute this expanding sustainability project for one of the designs of the dance floors. I'm just giving you some more ideas overall of how the structure could be set up. For the dance floor, we could install pressure plates. The whole dance floor could be pressure plated. So while everybody's dancing and grooving to the music, they're actually producing power for the sound system and lights that they're listening and dancing to. So the more people that contribute and go into this system, the better it can be. Now, of course, people need somewhere to start, so this will be very interesting. This is a start of an experiment, a big start of a big experiment. And whether it starts with Burning Man or another festival of that nature, we will have to see. But definitely get back to me in the comment section below, or by personal PM if you want to discuss some more intricate matters. Because I think that this ESP has somewhere to go. And this generation, I foresee liberation. Liberation of ourselves from the work complex. Liberation from the military complex. And a liberation of the mind. No longer will we have people telling us what we can and cannot do with our consciousness. So, I guess I'm just about rambling here now, and I'll let you go and mull it over, think these ideas for yourself, and don't just agree with my authority, even though I don't claim to have any. Think about it. The Expanding Sustainability Project. I'll leave links below in the description if you're not familiar with these festivals that I speak of. But basically, people go to these festivals to expand their consciousness and discuss greater ideas. But I say that it's time to end the discussion and start the production. It's time to become sustainable. So, please tell me below what you believe. I'm Dio Gen Z, and I'll see you later.